We're still kind of picking up the pieces from a 8-trade, 4-quarterback. You had all sorts of numbers for Christmas, but they all changed. 4 different teams had 2 first-round picks, and the fastest first round that we have seen since the draft was this many teams, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was fun. But let's look ahead quickly to tomorrow, John Gruden and Mel Kiper. For quarterbacks, rounds 2 and 3 are tomorrow night. How many more might we see, and who are they?
Tell you got some quarterbacks left on the board. You got a lot of good players left on the board. In the second round, you think about the quarterbacks that are still out there. Brock Osweiler, we talked about him. Denver Broncos, will they have an interest in round 2? Nick Foles is going to drop to the 3rd or go to 2nd. Kirk Cousins, John Gruden loves him. Maybe a second-round pick there. And Russell Wilson, only 5'10 and a half, but he can do everything you want a quarterback to do. Maybe he gets into the late 2nd, early 3rd round. And then you think about how this draft started with quarterbacks, and we got some good ones still on the board who could be under center at some point over the next 2 years.
Well, we knew how the draft would start. We knew that much. We didn't know the rest of it. But we knew that Indianapolis and Washington went 1-2 QB, Mel.
Well, Indianapolis, this has been a decision that's been made for a while. When you have a Peyton Manning and you bring in an Andrew Luck, who's a more athletic, more mobile Peyton Manning, how can you go away from that? Andrew Luck, if they do the job building talent around the quarterback, he will get it done at a very high level. There's nothing to pick apart with his game. He's got it all. Everything you want a quarterback in the NFL to have, he does. The talent level on offense leaves a lot to be desired. Ryan Grigson, the GM, has to finish out this draft strong and then keep building. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be a one-year process. But if Ryan Grigson can do what Bill Polian did, help out Luck like they helped out Peyton Manning, all of a sudden you got something special with the Indianapolis Colts down the road.
I like the other 2 quarterbacks as well. They're different. Tannehill, picked by his former coach Mike Sherman at number 8. He has a lot of inexperience, but he does have a lot of upside. I thought that was a very unique pick. A lot of pressure on Mike Sherman and this Dolphins staff, I think, because had they not picked Tannehill, it would have set up some red flags all over this league. And then to see Whedon get picked by the Cleveland Browns, I thought was a gutsy move by Mike Holmgren and his staff. But Tannehill, if he can put it all together, he has everything you're looking for. 6'4", great athleticism, fine young man, and he's got an NFL pedigree, having played for Mike Sherman. Good pick, I think, and a risky one. And then Brandon Whedon, he does the one thing that I like the most. He can throw the football, and he's made a lot of difficult throws in tight windows. I want to see one of these quarterbacks step up from the Big 12, Chris. You know, Josh Freeman's on a 10-game losing streak. Colt McCoy struggled. Vince Young doesn't have a team right now. Blaine Gabbert, even Sam Bradford hasn't delivered in St. Louis. So now you have RG3, you have Tannehill, you have Whedon, 3 more Big 12 quarterbacks. Let's go, Big 12.
And RG3's in the best spot. He's with Mike Shanahan, Washington Redskins, better talent base. Luck's going to be up against it. You know that. Tannehill's in Miami, better talent base than what Indianapolis has. Yeah. RG3, everything's set up. He can transition out of that Baylor offense to Shanahan's offense. It's a team, as we talked about, beat the Giants twice, beat the Packers 2 years ago. RG3, they hope, is the missing link with the Redskins.
So Whedon, the 4th quarterback to go. Cleveland trying to go offense, which they need, and in a tough division where everybody else made the playoffs. With Whedon now a quarterback to battle Colt McCoy for the starting job. And Trent Richardson, who if he's the back that many people think he'll be, well, then Cleveland has definitely changed what the perception of the Cleveland Browns. Jim Brown once upon a time played there. Nobody's Jim Brown, but there is some lineage there. That's one impression I have from the first round. How about you, Mel?
St. Louis Rams. Saw about a lot of picks, a lot of moving, but they missed out on Justin Blackman by 1 pick, missed out on Michael Floyd by 1 pick, and they took Michael Brockers, a run-stuffing defensive tackle, and Pete Carroll in Seattle. You think about reaching for James Carpenter last year, reaching for Bruce Irvin, linebacker, defensive end out of West Virginia this year.
I like what the Patriots did with 2 first-round picks. They got Hightower, a kid that can rush a
such as where to play the
backer, and getting Chandler Jones. They addressed 2 defensive needs, I think, and it'll pay off for them.